Today we're going to tell you about a trillionaire Andrew Tate who went from broke to rich. His amazing story waiting for you. So, let's take a look. You will be amazed. Andrew Tate is a 35-year-old kickboxer who recently went on a Rossi's live stream to claim his stake as the world's first trillionaire. Seriously, those words they actually poured out of his mouth.
What age was it where you hit where you're like, damn, I'm rich? Like, how old were you?
So I was broke for a long time. I made my first million when I was, say, 27. And then I had 100 million by the time I was 31,
Holy
32.
Fuck.
And then I became a trillionaire quite recently.
Trillionaire meaning 1,000 billion.
Correct. Trillionaire. The world's first trillionaire.
This were to be true, and trust me, that's about as huge and if is there ever been. Well, then that would mean that Andrew was reached this unprecedented benchmark before the likes of some of the world's wealthiest individuals. I'm thinking Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates, all of whom have way more credentials and require proof to back up such a monumental statement. So is Andrew Tate really a trillionaire? Or is he just pretending to be one? Websites dedicated to figuring out the net worth of big-time celebrities are saying the answer is a resounding no. No, most resources like Lad Bible, they estimate Andrew's overall net worth to be in the ballpark of around 30 million. Now, prior to his conversation with Aiden Roswell, he didn't seem to know how much he was worth when he was asked by someone else.
The saying, if you know what you have, you ain't got much, that is completely true.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue how much money I have. When I was broke, I knew exactly how much money I had. I had 117 pounds in the NatWest, and that was it. I'm poor, rent's paid, I ain't got nothing else.
Either way, you cut it $1 trillion or 30 million. It's still a whole lot of money. So now that we got that out of the way, well, let's take a look at how Andrew Tate spends all his cash. For the most part, it seems to be on a fleet of cars worth millions. We're talking to Bugatti and Aston Martin and McLaren and many, many more. And while Andrew might have started off his career as a professional kickboxer, the dirty secret is that if he really is as rich as he claims to be, well, then he's made that money through a ton of questionable business operations. Just off the top, there are some European casinos, there's a webcam ring, and most of which she operates from a country far, far away from the US government's ever watched the lie. There are brand new online course that he calls the Hustlers University, something he claims is already being valued at hundreds of millions of dollars, despite being in operation for less than a calendar year. Hustlers University is a relatively new product that Andrew has just begun offering that promises to teach students how to make money with over a dozen different modern wealth creation methods. They brought together a team of multimillionaires to spill the secrets of their success and teach others how to do the same. As of July 2022, well, this course has already had an enrollment of more than 80,000 students who are paying $49 a month to learn from the master no quick baths. They tell me that means that Tate rose while they're sharing just under $4 million a month in profits, along with all the other instructors. Well, they've assigned to the program. Now, of course, the Tates are probably getting the biggest piece of that pie, and as crazy as that monthly amount sounds, what's even more insane is how much Andrew himself has stated the business was recently evaluated, that we're talking a sum of $300 million.
I mean, I have my online school, which we'll talk about later, Hustlers University.
Yep.
That's already been valued. That was valued at 300 million.
When did you start Hustlers University?
A year ago.
A year ago. Fuck yeah.
And that's valued at 300 million.
Yeah.
So, but then I ain't gonna sell it.
It's become Andrew's primary source of revenue, or at least the most legitimate of his business ventures. Well, Andrew started off far more from humble beginnings as a kickboxer, and while he became a 4-time world champion in the sport, well, Andrew has always been quick to state that he made very little money from doing so. At least relatively speaking, that is thinking. The biggest paycheck he ever cashed out, it was somewhere around, 100,000s.
And people think, oh, Tate, did you get your money from kickboxing? And the answer is no. Kickboxing is not boxing. Even as a 4-time world champion, the most money I ever got paid for a fight ever was $100,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. You have to pay your manager 20%, probably another 10% out for various fees, and you're only fighting twice a year. You got to pay your rent, blah, 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 blah. You're not rich as an athlete.
Know any money he made during this portion of his career? Well, it was split a few different ways, with 20% going to his coach and another 10% being lost to what I assume are tournament entry fees. Now, eventually, Andrew he became disillusioned with the lack of money he was bringing in by fighting, so he decided to exit the world of kickboxing and use the connections he had made along the way to start up a series of other businesses. There's some of those connections they reportedly put him in touch with casino owners in Eastern Europe. That was someone who was interested in the casino business from an early age. Well, Andrew was quick to team up with these folks and license their brand to open up his own spot in Bucharest, Romania, a place that has more or less become Andrew's base of operations over the past few years. Now it's hard to know exactly how much of a profit this casino that he co-owns with Tristan rakes in, but estimates are as high as millions of dollars a month. I mean, there's a reason why they say if you own a casino, you can practically print money, and apparently, that's exactly what the Tate brothers do. They make millions, not print money. Now, before blowing up with Hustle University, will Andrew be started extending his digital footprint through social media platforms like good old-fashioned YouTube? He created his YouTube channel titled Tatespeech in 2018, and since then, he's continued to upload a series of videos on a whole variety of topics, everything from his love for firearms to vlogs of his lavish lifestyle. And of course, his harem of beautiful women. They accompany them everywhere he goes. Well, this YouTube channel, it can earn anywhere from $5,000 to $80,000 a month, which is pretty decent earnings. Around 2015, the Tate brothers decided to get into the webcam business, and they started their operation out of their Zen apartment. Now, early on, they claimed to be making as much as $4,000 a day with only 2 women. And once their roster exploded, that doesn't spore. Well, they began making an average of $300,000 a month.
So the 4 girls flew in. I sat them all down at a table. They're all like, who's this chick? Who's this chick? Told them all the truth. I just straight sat there. Just sat there and said, listen, I've been with you all. I'm starting a webcam business. I'm going to get rich. Some of you are going to come with me to the top of the mountain, or if you're pissed off, you can fucking fly home.
Now, that's good enough for roughly $3.6 billion a year in income. But they didn't stop there. After getting their feet wet with the webcam business, they branched out into talent management by opening an OnlyFans agency that's responsible for helping models make more money on the platform than they otherwise might, and for their services. All the Tate brothers ask for in return is 50% of the model's revenue, which is said to add millions of dollars more to the brothers' overall worth each and every month. Alright, now that we have a sense of how Andrew probably makes all that money. Well, let's take a look at how he spent it, and if I could sum up his spending habits to just one word, well, then that word it would be cars, lots and lots of cars. Andrew claims to own a car collection worth in excess of $20 million, including the likes of a Bugatti Chiron, one of the fastest and most expensive cars ever made. And it's the Porsche Ford version of which is even rarer, and that's exactly the model Andrew has in his pocket. Addition to the car is worth a little more than $4 million, and it can sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.3 seconds. More than just that, he also owns a $300,000 Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. Did I say that right? I always butcher the cars. Now, this boasts a whopping V12 engine that both looks and sounds incredible, while also making Andrew feel exactly like James Bond.
Nothing is stopping me from becoming Batman.
Nothing.
I have a Batcave.
Okay. Yep.
I have an Alfred.
Okay.
I have a Batmobile, a Bugatti.
Yep.
I can fight.
Yep.
Rich as fuck.
You can afford body armor and all the crap that
All
Batman
the crap.
needs.
Can buy it all. I'm charismatic. There is nothing stopping me putting on a suit and being Batman.
Now, all of these expenses bring us back to our original question, is Andrew Tate really the world's first trillionaire? Honestly, I can't imagine that that statement is remotely true, even with everything I've just gone over. But with that being said, and the other estimates that have been suggested, and what I've heard through the grapevine, well, around $30 million sounds, well, a bit low. To be honest, the truth is no doubt, it's somewhere in between 1,000 billion, 30 million. But at the rate he's going and the amount of attention and cloud that's coming his way, who knows, the sky is truly the limit. Congrats to Andrew Tate. I know he says a lot of things, but he's getting everyone's attention. Everyone's talking, and then they're signing up for his course. Or they're playing his casino, or they're checking out his girls. Regardless, this man is making a name for himself and doing big things, so big congrats to him. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.